Danganronpa 2, I really hope I say the name of the series right. I'm not really sure, honestly, but it's still a great game, don't get me wrong, but a small step back from Danganronpa Happy Trigger Havoc. This is what Killing Despair or Goodbye Despair, don't quite remember, but it changes up just enough to make it feel like it's not the same game, even though there are going to be a lot of things that are similar. But the investigation, for the most part, is the same. But then in the class trials, they slightly changed they called it panic talk action or whatever in this one. I don't quite remember what they called it in the original. But then they added the logic dive, which I really liked. I know some people didn't like it. I was reading about it, but I really enjoyed that part. And I did not like the changes they made to the Hangman Gambit. I just did not enjoy it nearly. It was already my least favorite part of Danganronpa, and then they just made it worse. But and my biggest issue is this: the characters weren't as memorable, or I didn't really like the characters as much. I preferred Makoto over Hajime as the main character, and I thought Kyoto. I don't know how to pronounce any of the names because they're all Japanese names, but I thought she was a great character in the original, and it's not Chiaki, Chiaikai. I don't know how to say any of their names, but I don't. She was pretty close, but not as good in my opinion, like the Great Value brand version of her. But I don't know, the characters. There weren't any there were less that I didn't like, but not as many as I really liked. And then they killed all the ones I liked. Spoilers, but Ibuki, the ultimate musician, dead. The ultimate photographer, gone. I'm like, come on. All the girls I liked, dead. I'm like, come on. But I mean, big spoilers ahead now. I do really like how they handled like, being in a simulation. Uh, because, most of the time, when they take the dream or simulation route, it just feels cheap in games and stuff. Or, like, it was just a dream. That feels cheap. But they made it so, the death was still permanent, even though they were in a simulation. And they created a good reason for them to be in a simulation. You don't find it out till the very end. And then, like, 28 hours in the game, and it starts, like, glitching and stuff. That was really cool. I thought the ending really brought this game from, like, a really good game back up to a great game. And then I do like, how they brought back some of the original cast for the ending. And the ending was by far the best part of the game, but just not quite as good as the original, but most sequels aren't. Ace Attorney 2 isn't as good as the original. Ace Attorney 3, my favorite game of all time. So Danganronpa 3, got some high hopes for it. And there's my queen. She's gone. But alright, yeah, Danganronpa was a surprise hit for me, and this series has been so much fun. I'm now playing Ultra Despair Girls, but I'll get to Danganronpa soon. And you saw what, Nagitio? I don't know how to say his name, but he's actually one of my favorite characters in this game. He's really interesting, confusing, and doesn't make any sense. But at the end, I don't really like what he did, but like, it's so fascinating what he does and his ending story. So highly recommend this game. If you haven't played it, I kind of spoiled it, but oopsies, I did say spoiler. But I'd kind of give it like a 9.2, a 9.3. and I gave the original a 9.5. So it takes a small step back, probably a 9.2 because I think there's a little bit more of a gap in between. But this is a Sauce sign out piece.